Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here just east of Angkor Thom. And what we're going to take a look at today is we're going to take a look at one of the ancient Khmer bridges, one that left Angkor Thom from like the Victory Gate and crossed the old Siem Reap River. So it's in complete rubble, and we'll talk about it a little bit whenever we go over here and see it. Down here is the Siem Reap River, and what I didn't expect is all the locals have kind of gathered up here, and they're down here relaxing in the shade. There was a guy fishing a minute ago. They're swimming, doing all the stuff, and the bridge is over there. Now the new bridge, they just actually finished this probably 2 or 3 months ago or so. So they built this across the river because the river has changed course since that old bridge was built, and they incorporated all these Naga. You could drive across it, but they were still building all these little Naga rails and stuff like that. It's kind of cool though that they still incorporated the Naga into the bridge construction, because that's what the Khmer did, is they had the Naga across the bridges. They had them on their little causeways and stuff like that. So let's go down, let's look at the river really quick. On a hot day like today, it'd be fantastic to go swimming. Yeah, right now the river is just a nice little gentle stream. And then you can see here, this is the new bridge. So it has the arches, and we got kids over here swimming, doing all their thing. And there's guys up in here in hammocks, just relaxing. Now the river changed courses, and it's done that at several of these temples that I've been to where they've had bridges. Like Beng Mealea, there's a bridge that washed out. That was one of these old Khmer style also. So this is where the bridge is at, right here. You see the guy, hammock there, hammock there. Now the old riverbed looks like it was way higher than it is now. So this is the Khmer Bridge. And what inspired me for this one is I went over to that Spean Praptos, or however you say it, which is a humongous, like 28 span bridge that's still in use. You can still ride a motorcycle or a tuk-tuk across it. Well, this one here is completely gone, as you can see. Now, what I wanted to talk about with this one here is this is kind of it perfectly encapsulates what happened to the Khmer. So this was the main road leading out of Angkor Thom. It came out of the Victory Gate and went by several of the famous temples and stuff like that out here. And the empire was in such decline that they had to come over here and they had to rebuild this bridge. Now they built all these massive stone temples, everything else, but they had so many issues with, disease, external threats, elements like droughts and floods and everything like that. So they were in such a bad shape, and they lost their ability to manage their water system and do stuff like this. So what they had to do is they scavenged a lot of these bricks. You can see right there, they scavenged them from a temple that's nearby, and then they drug them over here and they used them to build this bridge. So you can see the stone carvings right there. Those are ones that they brought in from the temples. So they not only could they not maintain their system, they couldn't even do the basics that they did for hundreds of years. So this, they think, was restored or rebuilt in the 15th century. And you can just see what is left of it. And it would have been quite a structure. You can see the styling is the corbelled. It's not a true arch. What they do is they build up with the stones, and then they slightly offset them towards the inside, and it eventually makes an arch, but it's not a true arch. It's not all load bearing. It doesn't bear the weight equally. The Khmer didn't have that in their their knowledge for their arch construction. If the Romans perfected the arch, but they never did that here. And you can see it looked like, as near as I could tell, there was at least 8 of the arches across here. And it would have been quite large. I mean, it is a nice sized bridge. And then that would have been the regular soil over there that has washed out with the change of the river flow. So you can see they got a picnic going on over there. Actually, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 arches right here. And then that would have been the road deck up there where that tree is growing. Oh, this is really a nice little site. And it's just right here next to the road. Most people just pass by. They don't even know any significance of this at all. You can see how this tree has just taken over this smaller little arch right here. Those stones are about to fall apart. And they would have probably, well, it looks like over there they had the laterite stones on the shoreline. So they would have done that to keep the water from changing course and eroding, but of course changed course anyway. And then you can just see the size of these stones. So it was a pretty substantial undertaking. Now, most of the bridges were made out of wood, but under King Jayavarman VII, they built a lot of them out of stone. You can see they're all hanging out here. Because the stone were only allowed to be used for the religious buildings. Now there's that Spean Praptos, and I'll show some pictures of it. I went over there and did a video of it. That's the largest bridge that's remaining. And down the road to that bridge, there used to be 22 smaller ones. And now there's only 11 remaining. So this is a part of the history that is almost gone. You can see all the recycled pieces of sandstone though. Those are clearly some of the little figures. That's part where it had like the Naga over there on it. You can see this. This was part of a temple and they just drug them over here and reused them. Kind of in their haste. They just needed to rebuild this bridge and they didn't have any other way to do it. So this is what you see here. And now it's just a place for people to come and picnic next to, go swim in the river. And I would say it's probably, I don't know, it's maybe 40 meters or so down over here to this last one. And then I don't know how much of it kept on going that's completely gone now. And you can see everybody down here in the river. Oh yeah, it's perfect on a hot, hot day. Then you can see up that way, they got another little bridge that they built. And then the new bridge up that way. Just stones all a kilter here. And you just walk through the road deck. So it's about 15 meters wide or so. You see the flowers carved from one of the stones from the temple. Just a lot of the recycled ones. And then we're back over on this side here. And what's funny is the locals come up, and that guy's selling the little shells. This guy here is selling some ice cream. Bought some ice cream for 50 cents or 2,000 real. He asked me if it was good. I was like, on a hot day, it's always good to eat ice cream. So they come up here and they're selling to all the people that are down here in the river swimming. That's going to finish up a pretty quick little video over here at this ancient Khmer bridge. This is the kind of stuff that I really like to see. It's quite cool just to see what they did to maintain their society. And this is right at the end of the Khmer era. So it wasn't long after they rebuilt this bridge that they completely abandoned Angkor and moved the capital over to Phnom Penh. And it's a real shame because that was the end of an amazing part of history. You know, they were in here from the 9th century to the 15th century in this area as the capital. I mean, if you can imagine 600 years long, it's twice as long as the United States has been around. So they rose and they fell, and this is a little bit of the bones that's left over it. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, stick around, and then you're notified when I post a video. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. And from over here in Siem Reap, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.